I still remember the weight of my boots on that dusty training ground, the way the sun burned my skin, and how his smile made everything feel lighter. My name is Captain Elena Reyes, and back then, I was a woman who believed duty and love could walk side by side. I joined the Army to prove something, to myself, to the world, that strength wasn't reserved for men. I pushed harder, ran faster, and carried more than anyone expected. Then he walked into my life like a storm I never saw coming. Sergeant Marcus Kane, tall, confident, with eyes that seemed to understand every silent battle I fought inside. We met during a joint survival exercise. Rain poured down, mud caked our uniforms, and we were supposed to be competitors. But when I slipped on a steep ravine, his hand caught mine. "I've got you," he said, voice steady against the thunder. That night, around a small fire, we talked for hours. He told me about losing his brother in combat. I told him about my father, who never believed a daughter could wear the uniform with honor. For the first time, I felt seen. Our love grew in stolen moments, quiet conversations behind barracks, notes passed during briefings, secret meetings under the stars. He promised me forever. "When this tour ends," he whispered one night, his fingers tracing my cheek, "I'm gonna marry you, Elena. We'll build a life bigger than these ranks." I believed him. I gave him everything. My heart, my trust, even parts of my career I should have protected. But what I didn't know was that every "I love you" carried a hidden blade. The rumors started small, whispers in the mess hall, strange looks from the other female officers. I brushed them off, until the day my world shattered. It was after a difficult field operation. I had led my squad through hostile territory with 0 casualties. I came back exhausted but proud, already imagining telling Marcus how we'd celebrate. Instead, I found him in the supply room with her, Lieutenant Sophia Reyes, my own teammate, my friend. Their bodies were tangled in a way that left no room for misunderstanding. I stood there frozen, my heart pounding louder than any explosion I'd ever heard. When he saw me, his face didn't even register guilt at first, just surprise. "Elena, it's not what you think," he said. The same voice that once comforted me, now sounding like poison. Sophia looked away, adjusting her uniform. "We didn't mean for this to happen." Didn't mean for it to happen? While I was risking my life out there, trusting him with my future? The betrayal didn't stop there. 2 weeks later, during an internal investigation into missing classified documents, fingers pointed at me. Documents that somehow linked back to my access codes. Marcus had used our relationship to cover his own mistakes. Small thefts for personal gain. Favors traded in the shadows. When things got hot, he fed them my name to save himself. The man I loved destroyed my reputation to protect his promotion. I was suspended, stripped of responsibilities. The same soldiers who once saluted me now whispered behind my back. Nights became endless. I would sit on my bunk, staring at the engagement ring he gave me, tears boning my eyes. How could the person who held me through nightmares become the source of my deepest wound? Pain turned into something darker. Anger. A cold, sharp resolve. I stopped crying. I started planning. If Marcus thought he could break me and walk away untouched, he was wrong. I used every connection I still had. I gathered evidence quietly. Messages, financial trails, witness statements from people who owed me favors.
Captain Daniel Torres had been watching from the sidelines, a quiet intelligence officer,
with kind eyes and a backbone of steel. He had helped me gather the final pieces of evidence, not because he wanted anything from me, but because he believed in justice. While I plotted my revenge, Daniel showed me what real strength looked like. Not loud and vengeful, but steady and honorable. The night I was supposed to confront Marcus, everything changed. I had him cornered in that same supply room where I found him with Sophia, evidence in hand. One call would end his career. He looked at me, pleading. "Elena, please, we can fix this. I still love you." In that moment, staring into the eyes of the man who once meant everything, I felt nothing but pity. The revenge I had dreamed of suddenly felt hollow. Destroying him wouldn't heal the girl who once trusted too deeply. It would only keep me chained to the pain. I didn't make the call. Instead, I handed the full file to the proper authorities and walked away. Marcus faced the consequences of his own choices. Dishonorable discharge, lost rank, a future stripped of the uniform he betrayed. But I didn't stay to watch him fall. That wasn't my victory anymore. Daniel was waiting outside. No grand gestures, just quiet understanding. "You chose peace," he said softly.